Hello, welcome back here in the Caden's Weather Center. Right now we have a brand new video today. Today is January 4th, 2025. We're paying attention here to a possible big snowstorm that is expected to happen over here in the Ohio Valley. We're going to talk about that, and then we're also going to talk about the severe weather threat that is expected down in the south, but also another big issue that could be bringing some possible pretty big ice problems and driving difficulty around the Ohio Valley as well with this big snowstorm. But let's take a look right now here across the United States here. You can clearly see this. Some snowfall continuing on, stretching all the way over here for parts of Illinois, all the way over here into Montana. And you can see Montana, Billings really getting hammered here with some big snowfall. And then there's some, scattered snow showers kind of going around into the northeast as well. And then a lot of that rainfall continuing on over here in the next couple of days. We're going to see Seattle, Portland, and parts of Northern California going to be getting some heavy rainfall. And then once again, as we head into tomorrow, we're going to see the possibility here for this area to have some severe weather threat. All right, so let's take a look here at the how much model, what the model is exactly saying on snowfall. What could we be anticipating? How many inches of snow could we be anticipating here? Well, let's go to the next 12 hours. We'll start there. As you can see in the next 12 hours here, parts of New York, 6 to 7 inches of snowfall could be falling in 6 to 7 hours, maybe even up to 12 hours. We could be seeing some of that snowfall really starting to pick up here in central part of New York. Then once we start to go, 42 hours out, so as again, tomorrow heading into 36 hours out, that's when we really start to see the snowfall, really start to ramp up here, especially over here in southern Iowa, going through Missouri here, heading through Illinois. And then we'll see this going in through Indiana and Ohio as well. And some of these totals reaching up into the double digits here off to the west. And this will eventually make its way over here to the east, that heaviest of snowfall. So we're going to keep an eye, obviously, on that as you head into 96 hours out, heading into 120 hours out. Still very, very, double inches here. We could definitely see possibly over a foot of snowfall in some of these areas. Kind of staying in a little bit of a line here, so definitely a little bit of that as the severe weather threat kind of will be more off to the south of this system, and we'll take a look here at the future radar here shortly. But there you go. So 13, 11, 12 inches in some of these areas, so reaching up to a foot of snowfall in some of these in these little pink areas right here. Then you head into around 7 days out, 9, 10 days out. We can clearly see a little bit more of that snowfall kind of going through West Virginia here, going into Pennsylvania. And, still once again, maybe some added on some snowfall as well into these pink areas, putting it really at that, 12 inches, reaching a foot of snow. And then you kind of can see that heading through Washington, D.C. and all of that Maryland area. You guys can be seeing possibly up to 10 inches of snow as well in the next 10 days. Let's take a look here at the HRRR model. This kind of gives us an idea on what we could be anticipating right now. So heading in right now as of today here, January 4th, heading into this afternoon, 3 p.m., that snowfall is going to be really mixed with some rainfall, which could cause some icicle conditions over here in the next couple of hours. Then we're going to see this kind of just hang out really as we head into overnight hours here into early tomorrow morning. We're going to definitely see that snowfall really start to ramp up, stretching all the way over here in parts of West Virginia and Kentucky. We're going to really see that, and then going into Kansas and Nebraska, we're going to continue to see that snowfall really start to pick up. As it continues to push off to the east here, we're going to see a lot of that snowfall go through Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and then a lot of this pink area right here in purple, that's going to be icy conditions that could possibly be very, very dangerous for driving conditions. So if you do live in any of these areas that are expected, make sure to be keeping an eye out on this, because roads could possibly be very icy here after this weather system that is going to be going through here. But you can definitely see a lot of mix will be going on more on the southern part of this system here. Rainfall will go through Kentucky as well, but then really that snowfall will be heading, stretching through the Virginia all the way over here into Kansas and Nebraska. Heading a look at the RGEM model, a little bit more of a different model, but you could definitely see a little bit more, I would say, off to the south, but a little bit more of an extension up to the north here for that snowfall on this model run. But we kind of can see it's general same idea of what we could be expecting here. Heavy snowfall with some possible ice storms involved here in parts of Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia here. We could be seeing some possibility for some pretty ice chances there. Let's take a look at the percentile here for the 72-hour accumulation right now here in inches. You can clearly see 17, 18 inches of snow, 19 inches, 20 inches of snow in some of these areas right here. So really kind of all in one, this pink area. This is kind of where we're going to be seeing majority of that snowfall as well. But 43 inches over here, a little spot of 43 inches according to this model run right here in central New York. That is a lot of snowfall, so maybe that will happen, maybe it won't. As of right now, this is the only model that is indeed saying that. But once again, majority of the models are agreeing with this snowfall, though, happening here of possibly reaching over maybe even 2 feet or to 3 feet of snow here. So definitely be keeping an eye out on that, especially as school will start to get back in here after the holiday break. And we possibly could be seeing a little bit more of changes. You guys could be missing school. You guys could be schools could be canceled. A lot of businesses could be closed as well due to that snowfall being very heavy at times. Let's talk about the temperatures here. We can clearly see this is the temperatures for the high temperatures here. As we head into tomorrow, we can definitely see negative temperatures are being felt here in North Dakota, -5, -3 here in parts of Minnesota as well on the western part. Down here still in the south, very warm temperatures continuing on. But that will start to cool down as we head throughout the week here. So heading into day 2 on Monday, day 3 here on Tuesday, that's when we really start to see that big cold blast kind of down here in the south. And that will bring some of these temperatures down into the lower 30s. In some areas, the upper 40s, and then maybe even into the mid 50s as well down here in the Florida peninsula there. And then we head into day 4, day 5. We're still seeing those temperatures still. Does seem like they will climb a little bit here in the northern part of the United States, but then possibly will be dropping down once again for a shorter period of time. But really, we're going to stable out here in this region right here into about the upper 20s, maybe into the lower teens as well. But then we head down to the lower temperatures here. The lows, that's a big difference here. Day 1, we can clearly see heading into tomorrow night, we can definitely see -23, -21, -15 here in Minnesota. So definitely well below freezing temperatures could be seen here in the northern part of the United States heading into day 2, day 3, day 4. We're going to really start to see these negative temperatures really drop down low here. That's going to be including, once again, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, and parts of even western Iowa here. Then you can even go down to the south here where, a majority of the central United States will be in those single digits here. But then once again, you head down in the southern United States here, mid-20s, lower 20s here in Texas. You can see that 30s, 40s in California. In Florida, some areas reaching up into 20s and then into the upper 30s. Then you kind of just head into day 5, day 6, day 7, and then the temperatures will kind of just fluctuate up and down as we go on throughout the next couple of days here and the next couple of weeks as well. But definitely colder temperatures are going to be expected. So let's take a look at the severe weather that is expected for tomorrow here on Sunday. You could take a look here at the severe weather threat. Slight risk continuing on for Louisiana, Mississippi here. Parts of Arkansas as well. Then we're going to see that enhanced risk really kind of in a smaller region right here. This was just issued earlier this morning. Yesterday it was just a slight risk, but you kind of can see this right here in eastern parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. So kind of the same areas that already got impacted by the last severe weather threat we had is going to get impacted a big amount. The good news is there is no significant tornado threat in this region, but there is still a chance of a tornado that possibly could form out of some of these storms. But it does seem like our wind threat will be the biggest issue with this one here, with a 30% chance here of some winds stretching from Louisiana, Arkansas, and parts of Mississippi as well. And then hail, very slight risk for hail as well. But really, the biggest threat will be wind, possibly going over 60 miles an hour to really be a severe thunderstorm. So taking a look here at the future radar here, we can definitely see throughout the rest of the day today, just maybe some random scattered showers can go on. Then we head into a little bit tomorrow. We can see here in the next 27 hours, we kind of can see earlier tomorrow morning, we can see a little bit of those thunderstorms going through New Orleans. Then we head into tomorrow afternoon. That's when we start to see these scattered showers and thunderstorms really start to pop up here, right here in Arkansas and Louisiana and Texas. This will eventually make its way over here to the east and kind of get into a little bit of a line here that we can see. That will be our biggest wind threat right here in this red and line area. So this could be impacting Memphis, Jonesboro here. Jackson will probably get impacted by this once again. Baton Rouge, Lake Charles. You guys will get impacted by this severe weather threat tomorrow and then we head into around 42 hours out. New Orleans here, possibly early Monday morning, we could be seeing you guys getting that, and that is going to bring in those cooler temperatures as well right behind it. And then eventually this cold front will make its way down here into the southeast, stretching all the way from North Carolina, going into Virginia, all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico, and we'll see this eventually make its way, and then that will bring these Florida temperatures down really low as this cold front really starts to head down to the south. Heading into an RGEM model, a different type of model here, we definitely can see no matter what, majority of that rainfall will stay off to the south here, as that snowfall and the ice conditions could possibly be up to the north of this system here, but definitely a lot of severe weather could be expected here with some probably gusty winds that will go through Mississippi, going through Alabama, Georgia, and then possibly into the Florida Peninsula. But really majority of that more of severe weather risk will kind of just hang out on the more northern part of this, and then really start to dissipate here and get a lot more weaker as we go on throughout Monday night going into Tuesday as well. So a lot to be paying attention to as we go on throughout the next couple of days. We have a lot that we want to keep an eye out on, because we do have possible ice conditions, snow conditions, and severe weather conditions over here throughout the next couple of days here, and especially with those cooler temperatures as we head in throughout the rest of the week. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you do have any questions about any areas in the United States, make sure to leave it down in the comments down below. I will try my hardest to answer the best I can to your guys' questions, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Make sure to follow my X page down in the description down below for more frequent updates here on the weather. But make sure to have a great rest of your day, stay safe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.